Oh, I'm in love with magic. Always have been, ever since I was a little kid growing up. I still remember the first time I ever saw a magician perform. My mom, she took me to one of those circuses that would travel right across Canada. One of those really low rent ones where they'd pitch a tent in the middle of a muddy field and put on a show for all the kids in town for a nickel. Sure, the tent canvas might have been stained and ripped, and yes, the clowns reeked of whiskey, but the magician, oh, he was something special. The kids in town were restless and rowdy until he parted the tent flaps like Moses parted the Red Sea. He entered the ring in dapper suit and top hat, and silence fell over all of us. I honestly couldn't tell you half the tricks he performed that day because it wasn't him I was watching. I was looking at my mom's face. Because you see, about 6 months before that, my father died. And he took a piece of her with him. She just stopped smiling. She wasn't her anymore. So I started telling jokes and riddles. I acted all goofy, like I was the second coming of Buster Keaton, but none of it worked. She would just go to work at night and come home in the morning, sad and exhausted, and I couldn't do anything. I could only watch. I was powerless, but at that circus, when that magician showed us his tricks, I saw her light up like I had never seen before. The corners of her mouth started to twitch and move upwards like a broken clock, starting to work up again. She was smiling, and her eyes sparkling. So after that, I would go to the library and I would get every book I could on the greats. Houdini, Howard Thurston, Harry Blackstone, and I would go home and I would show my mom the tricks I had learned and even some I invented. And she started smiling all the time. Even when I messed up the tricks. And that's when I learned what magic really was.